all-round player either way. But I mean, JonnyREcco, do you have some like inside information on how he wants to play? I've talked a little bit about Starnan about him, and Starnan mentioned the fact that he really likes to do, get to the Broodlord tech and try to play it until the end game and so on, late game situation.
Yeah, a lot of the times I've seen Johnny, a lot of Zergs and ZVP, there's a lot of different ways of going about it. A lot of Zergs like to get a lot of roaches out early, I like to go for that very quick third hatchery and crank out as many roaches as possible, sometimes even max out and try and trade, even just try and straight out kill the Protoss player. But Johnny, though, he doesn't like to tend to go up to 200 in terms of roaches. He likes to kind of get up to 150, then start to getting his tech up, start getting his investors, his broodlords, and start to look for that really late game. But WhiteRA, though, WhiteRA is one of them players that loves to, use that kind of warp gate technology. He loves them gimmicky little plays. He loves hiding on pylons in the most ridiculous places. WhiteRA is, he definitely does have them special tactics that people talk about. I know it does kind of get abused, but he really does. And he's an incredible player.
Yeah, and he likes the War Prism too, right? I mean, that's also one of his trademark things to do. It was very early. I mean, the War Prism has come into play a lot more recently, but he was one of the first players that actually really started to use the War Prism a lot, like for real. But yeah, I mean, seems like he like WhiteRA is aiming at going for the Nexus first here on. Doesn't put up a forge or anything like that. He feels pretty safe with that, I believe, since he saw the kind of late spawning pool. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see what type of play these guys do. I mean, like you said, WhiteRA can do some pretty special things here and there. He can really, take you by surprise if you doesn't have him, if he doesn't scout correctly, if you don't, have him on site, so to speak. But yeah, both players actually put down their expansions at similar times.
Yeah, this map, it's very easy for both players to really take their expansions. With the ramp the way it is, it's not going to take that many buildings for WhiteRA to completely wall this off. Unlike Daybreak, where we'll take many more buildings, it'll take gateways, cybernetics cores, a couple of pylons, a couple of cannons, just to even wall it off. This map, not so much. There's a smaller choke at the ramp, at the natural. Johnny's going to get his hatchery up. He's got a couple of lings out now, actually 4 lings out now, just to chase off this probe. Yeah, 4 is maybe a little bit too much. I thought maybe he'd only make 2.
I was surprised to see the 4 there.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And yeah, Johnny, he's gonna go for the third base so quickly here. I mean, it's a logical thing to do if you play versus a Protoss that goes for fast expand like this, because obviously WhiteRA won't have any units that can actually do any real damage for quite some time. So it's no problem for JonnyREcco to put up this third base like this quickly. It's the appropriate thing to do.
Yep, getting that third up right now. Like I said, it is pretty standard so far for Zergs. And we're not seeing anything too crazy yet. I'm interested on gas timings. Okay, so WhiteRA does have 2 of his gases in his main at the moment, and
so keep an eye on the second base there and whether or not he takes when he takes those gases.
Yeah, because there's so many things that Protoss can do on 2 base for a long time. Protoss have been kind of just all in on 2 base, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, I really like though, like if you look at JonnyREcco right now, he has very, very nice control of the map. I mean, he has both Stelnaga towers, he has Overlords in really nice position, he has, he actually leaves both Zerglings, he had them nicely positioned outside the ramp of WhiteRA. Now he takes the Stelnaga towers instead, and yeah, also good by WhiteRA. I mean, he scouts out, just want to confirm the fact that there's a third base coming up there, so he does that. But JonnyREcco is, I think WhiteRA actually wanted to kind of sneak up a pylon, don't you think, with that probe up there?
Yeah, possibly. But I don't think he would have been able to. He knows that the third would have been up there at this time. It's pretty standard for Zerg. Probably just wanted to scout out just to make sure 100% that there was a third there, and it wasn't any kind of crazy 2-base roach baneling all in that we do see from time to time, or even like some sort of crazy 2-base Nidus network. Because I have actually seen that on this map quite a few times. Because but we do have the Stargate that is finishing for WhiteRA right now, and he is going for that air upgrade as well from the cybernetics core and a fleet beacon.
Wow.
Oh, special tactics from WhiteRA.
So special, yeah. Wow. Oh, double Stargate too. I mean, this is so wild. I mean, Yeah, I mean, do you think he's gonna go for the maybe the upgraded the Phoenix range, or is he actually gonna go for Mother?
I actually think he's gonna go for carriers maybe. And now the why I say that is because I have actually seen WhiteRA do this on this map before. I can't remember who exactly it was against, but I definitely have seen WhiteRA go a 2-base Stargate Fleet Beacon on this exact map against Zerg as well.
Yeah, I actually saw a game in GSL where a Protoss player went for very fast.
Carriers, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, also, I mean, so nicely positioned too with his target. It's very sneaky to put them up there. I don't think there's any risk they're going to be scouted. Oh, actually, wow, there is actually an Overlord going over there. Is he going to be able to scout in time? Yes, he is. He is definitely gonna see this. This is so good for JonnyREcco. He sees the fleet beacon. He also sees that there is carriers being built by both Stargates. So this buys JonnyREcco so much time to counter this. He can basically, you know, put up whatever he wants. He's halfway to lair right now. So I would assume maybe to see a Hydralisk then come up.
Maybe. I think he'll probably have to go for Corruptors though. He is putting down a Spore Crawler, but what's a Spore Crawler going to do against carriers, man? I'm not overly too sure that Spore Crawler is the best defense against carriers, but we'll have to see. Now, he is getting that 4 gas now, WhiteRA, of course, because he is getting them carriers out onto Stargate, which does cost a lot of gas. He is getting the upgrades. He's getting that Graviton Catapult as well, which obviously launches them. Interceptors faster. He's getting the upgrades for the air weapons. So he is very much gas heavy, but so this is definitely some kind of all-in player from WhiteRA. It's going to be very hard for him to transition out of this anytime, but look, the first carrier is out already, and oh my god, carriers, this is so sick.
Yeah, but I mean, WhiteRA is kind of forced to go very early with these carriers. Do you think WhiteRA might, you know, maybe wanted to wait a little bit longer, or the fact that JonnyREcco actually scouted them so quickly kind of forced this reaction from WhiteRA, or do you think he wanted to rush like this?
That's a very good question. I'm not overly too sure. I think, going this early does have its advantages, because what has he got to stop this? He has nothing. Yeah. 1 queen, is that going to kill 2 carriers? No, it's not. Is the answer to that. Ender Spy, stop being so crazy. No, it's not enough. And he is going to kill all these queens. Look, all these queens, he's going to fall. And these carriers are not even getting touched. I mean, one of the shields have gone down, and this carrier is taking a little bit of damage, but he's just murdering everything right now. Spore Crawlers are about to finish, though, so that is maybe the saving grace, but he's just going to move on over to the natural.
Yeah, but there's done so much damage. But the Spire is soon done, though, for Johnny. And I mean, really did... WhiteRA is going to take down a lot here. I mean, these Spore Crawlers don't go down so quickly to these carriers. And wow, WhiteRA... to be honest, I've not seen these carriers being used in this way before, ever.
Well, the one thing that Johnny has going for him is that he does have 10 Corruptors about to pop right now. And let's have a quick look into the main. Wow, Johnny's actually managed to make his way in here. I'm sorry, I was getting carried away a little bit with WhiteRA, with all these carriers. He actually did manage to launch a couple of units up there, but they haven't done all too much. Let's have a quick look at the units lost. And he has killed actually 14 workers right now. So Johnny has done a bit of damage, but he's going to lose this natural over here. And... I mean, what do you do against this? But looks like Johnny is actually in a good position right now. He is going to kill both these carriers. He has all these Corruptors out. And what has WhiteRA got to transition out of this? He has got a WhiteRA, a couple of Stalkers with no upgrades, and he's on 2 base right now and can't get out. Whereas Johnny is now on 4 base. Well, 3 base rather, and his natural has been destroyed, but he can remake that. So I would actually say Johnny's in a fantastic position here.
Yeah, but I mean, he needs to start producing, I think, Sterlings, right, to be able to counter this, because WhiteRA is really pushing hard right now, and he's got a very nicely positioned pylon here as well. He's going to warp in 4 sellouts, and he's going to work on these drones here. And where is there's 9 roaches out right now. How many are there in production? 5 more. So wow, WhiteRA is going to have to do a lot of damage here to be able to compensate for the lack of effectiveness from those carriers. But wow, so many roaches out right now for JonnyREcco.
Well, I think that the carriers did the job kind of thing, but they didn't do enough for how much money he actually put in there. Now, these Corruptors are just kind of camped on top of the Stargates, trying to take anything that comes out, but he's going to have to... Yeah, he's going to have to cancel that Nexus. I was just about to say, because, you know, he has too many units out now, too many roaches out. He's not going to be able to do anything, you know, in terms of expanding. He's going to have to camp up and, I don't know, get some sort of death ball of, you know, air death ball going with some carriers and void rays or something, because he just doesn't have anything to push out onto the map. You know, he's just camped on these 2 bases, and he can't do anything about it right now, WhiteRA. He's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and JonnyREcco is gonna shut down these stargates as well, because there's only 1 pylon there supporting them, and yeah, this is really hurting WhiteRA so bad right now. And yeah, JonnyREcco, he has a very nice position right now. But yeah, you don't want to walk in there. And WhiteRA, yeah, he defends right now, but this rather JonnyREcco being smart and not taking any stupid fights. He knows he has ahead, so you know, when you're ahead, get more ahead. That's the, you know, most obvious thing. But yeah, WhiteRA continues to produce air. I mean, he's continuing to make more, you know, void rays and stuff. But do you think he has any chance in, you know, with beating JonnyREcco in the air battle, with JonnyREcco having this many corruptors and the ability to do even more?
Well, I'm not overly too sure, because these corruptors do not have any upgrades. Remember the upgrades of the carriers. I mean, he does have +1 attack. Remember, on +1 attack on all them on the carriers. That's +1 on all the interceptors as well. So the DPS, just because of that +1, is increased exponentially for WhiteRA. So his, you know, his air upgrades are going to work out so much more for him than it will for Johnny. But the problem is, Johnny supplies at 151 supply. He's on 4 base against the 2 base, just trying now get him to 3. WhiteRA, WhiteRA's in, you know, like I said, he is definitely in a lot of trouble, but he's playing this as he has to right now. He kind of has to camp. He can't get caught out of position anywhere, and he's going to have to cancel this Nexus again. He can't keep this up. He's going to have to cancel that. And he loses it.
Yeah, wow. He really needs to babysit that Nexus and really be on top of any attack right now. But this is a good fight for WhiteRA, I would say, don't you think? I mean, WhiteRA is going to be able to defend this, or am I mistaken? There's so many reinforcements coming now, right now for JonnyREcco, though. So JonnyREcco might be able to win this game right now. There are 2 carriers out. They're doing a very nice job. Actually, they're going to be able to survive, but at what cost? I mean, he lost this expansion and all his stalkers.
Yeah, WhiteRA, I mean, he did well to kind of hold that off, but I think it's also like, Johnny, if he really wanted to push the issue, he could have probably killed him then. But Johnny's being smart, you know, he's just backing off a little bit, and he's going to have another go right now. He's going to have to target fire the carriers. That's the first protocol. He's actually going for the void rays first, which is a little weird.
Choosing to aim down the void rays first, and yeah, these carriers are doing so much damage, but WhiteRA says GG, and JonnyREcco takes the first map.